Obviously, there's some guys that are going to be in it. I think he's probably in the rotation. I mean, he's not been great. He's not been quite as good as we were hoping he would be. He was really good game one of preseason, but I have to imagine there's some minutes there. And then his name got cut off a little bit here, but Max Lewis. Max Lewis is an easy no as well. Same thing as JHS. He's young. He needs time. He's actually shown out pretty well in preseason. But here's the problem. The Lakers have 14 players on their roster. I've named 3 that aren't part of the rotation. Cam Reddish, Max Lewis, JHS. Who's the other guy? Of that list, who do you take out? Because again, an 11-man rotation in the NBA, very unlikely to happen. So, who do you pull from the rotation? Obviously, there's some guys that are going to be in there. We know Gabe Vincent is going to play. We know Jared Vanderbilt's going to play. We know Rui's going to play. D'Lo, Oster, all these guys. Of course, Christian Wood. Jackson Hayes probably would have been my pick before preseason, but again, he's the guy that's impressed me probably more than anybody else compared to my expectations for him coming in. So you see the issue. Now, again, over the course of the season, is it likely that every player is going to be healthy every single game? No, probably not. In fact, more often than not, you're going to have some guys who are banged up. You're going to have some guys who are out and things of that nature. Maybe we see a little bit of load management with LeBron, even as the NBA pushes back against that. AD perhaps as well. But when everyone is healthy, you're going to have somebody who has been playing pretty well for the Lakers and should have a good role on this team that does not see the floor. And figuring out who that guy is going to be a challenge for Darvin Ham and the Lakers coaching staff. Maybe we just again, I think Reddish, I think Max Lewis, Dave Shush, those are the 3 easy answers. Still need one more. Who's that guy that gets left out of the Lakers rotation? Because again, a 10-man rotation is a deep rotation in the NBA. Heck, in the playoffs, you see a 7-man rotation quite a bit. An 11-man rotation, probably not going to happen unless we're talking about garbage time minutes in a blowout situation or something like that. So, who is that player that doesn't get those minutes? Is it Christian Wood? Right? I think Jackson Hayes actually outperformed Christian Wood, but Christian Wood's skill set is still interesting. Is it Jackson Hayes? I don't know. Is it one of your wings somehow? Probably not. This is a good problem for the Lakers to have. I think they're going to need this depth. But nonetheless, it's a problem for Darvin Ham to figure out who it is that isn't part of the rotation, because it's going to be, assuming everybody is healthy for opening night, it's going to be someone who's talented, and it's going to be someone who deserves minutes out there. Again, it's a good problem to have, but a problem nonetheless. So Lakers Nation, let me know. What should Darvin Ham do, assuming he wants to, at most, have a 10-man rotation? Who's left out of the mix? Give me your thoughts in the comment section. Until next time, everybody. See ya, and stay safe.
Thursday at 4 o'clock, which means time for the most motivational segment in all of sports. It's also time where we need some viewer mail. We get a ton of mail. Oh my God. I'm at the post office dragging a huge satchel like Santa Claus. Before I read the letter.
Last week.
Huh?
Did the Santa Claus thing last week.
Just so happens. Stacking in the letters.
I like that.
He actually has toys in the satchel. Not letters.
That's what I told you last week.
Unless we got the letters.
Dear Santa, 500 letters.
Dear Wilds, Ryan. Dear Wilds.
Thank you.
Ryan and Brian and their friend, Harold, want to dress up as their favorite segment for Halloween. And now that Must Win is dead, do you have any idea for Buttless costume?
Oh no.
We get this a lot since you're later on in day. We get this, if you want to dress up,
I told you, your body, my body would do it.
No, with the straps.
That is a perfect.
Take it away.
We got to fix this graphic. All right, the fun list at number 3. Surprisingly, he hasn't been on here in a while, maybe ever. Patrick Mahomes.
Wow.
Great Patrick Mahomes. Now look, this is a major motivation because that's what the fun list is all about. And you know I believe in you, Patrick. In fact, it is written in stone, also known as SportsIllustrated.com, SI.com, that I was the first of everyone to say you are the best quarterback that we've ever seen. So you know I believe in you, Patrick. But here's the problem. You haven't looked like it this season. Let's just keep it real. All right, let's keep it. I know it's not your fault. You got your players got butterfingers and your receivers and all that. But 11th in passer rating, 6th in touchdowns, 7th in yards per game, and 18th in completion percentage. This would kind of be like LeBron averaging like 22, 5, and 4 on 45% shooting. Right smack dab in the middle of his prime. And that's not you, Patrick. But tonight you break out because you've got Denver coming to town. It's in Kansas City? It's in Kansas City. Denver coming to town, and they're horrific. All right, so tonight you start your MVP bid, your march to that 3rd MVP, and Denver defense is horrible. They gave up 70, so even if your receivers can't catch, you still should be able to throw for 303 or 4 touchdowns. Patrick, you know I believe in you, and this is motivation. All right, at number 2, Micah Parsons. Oh, now I like Micah. And I love your podcast, my man. Keep telling it like it is. Keep speaking from the heart and saying everything you want to say. It's great for the podcast, all right? It might be clubhouse poison, but it's great for the podcast. You need to satisfy your listeners, my man. We need drama, so keep it coming, all right? So, Micah, I picked you to be in the preseason as Defensive Player of the Year. You're off to a great start, but, you're playing fine, but not quite up to Defensive Player of the Year standards, and certainly not coming off that 42 or 32-point shellac. All right, but this game, Monday night, is perfect to get right. Okay, because on paper, the Chargers give you everything. It's a road game, so nobody can squawk at that. But really, you'll have more fans than they do. All right, they're a quality opponent. Man, kind of. On paper, it looks quality, but the coach does some crazy things. Nick likes him, but the calls he makes are nuts. All right, and they do have a great quarterback. All right, so on paper, if you beat the Chargers, nobody will be able to write them off as the Jets, the Giants, and all that, the Patriots. So tonight, Micah, or Monday night, you guys get right. I'm motivating you, man. I believe in you. All right, at number 1.
Okay.
Matt Jones and Bill Belichick. I'm sorry about this. Now, look, I got to be honest with you guys. You are not making the playoffs. No. It's not going to be a good year. Under any circumstances, you're not making the playoffs. All right. No matter what you do this weekend, okay? But there is a difference in missing the playoffs and in losing your starting job and maybe your position as a starting quarterback in the NFL for the rest of your career. All right? Or there's a difference between missing the playoffs and having your good name be smirched. All right? And Mac Jones, as Wild would say, you got to stop throwing it to the other team. All right? That's what I'm trying to motivate you. It's as simple as that. With Bill Belichick, now look, I have been one to say I give Tom Brady more credit than Bill Belichick for the dynasty, but I give Belichick his due. But I've heard some things this week that even would not be my lips. All right? I've heard that Belichick's an average coach.
We're being some bad things.
No, but you've heard him like me. Average coach without Tom Brady.
Real
I've heard below average coach without Tom Brady. I also have heard that he could get fired or should get fired, which I don't even go that far. So, Bill, look, if you don't win right away, if you don't win this year, you'll have to wear it for a while. All right, but eventually people will give you your props. Bill and Mac, I believe that you'll give it your best shot.
Not a great bud list, I'll be honest with you. Not
It's an honest bud list.
I know.
I'm trying to motivate too.
That was
all of motivation.
Look, I love the bud list.
Thank you,
so
He always loves it.
It is such a refreshing segment after some of the other segments that gets so slanted. And when I'm going to have a tough conversation with my boys, I'm just going to FaceTime with you and have you talk to me. It's such a nice mix of encouragement with honesty, but I am going to have to switch out the Dallas Cowboy that you've chosen and put Dak on the ball instead. And here's why. We're in year 3 of a 4-year deal. This is $126 million that you got paid. We talk about all the time how he needs more receivers, he needs a better running game, he needs a better offense. All the different things that you need to be successful. You've got a great defense. Just ask anybody on the defense. They'll happily tell you, or you can listen to podcasts. They'll tell you as well. But the reality is, you threw 3 picks last game after we said we were going to get away from that, which is the worst that it's been since 2019. And more importantly, Kellen Moore is not there because you probably didn't want him there. Wow. And that's the reality. I mean, if he'd gone to Jerry Jones and said, I want Kellen Moore to be my offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore would be your offensive coordinator because ultimately Jerry has final say. And now Kellen's out there, they're 7th in pass yards. You're what, like 20, I think, second, 22, I have 50 exact number. But it's a substantial difference. So less is not more for Dak, okay? You're going to have to figure it out here, and you're going to have to rise up for what you've been given and the responsibility they've entrusted you with. So.
Yeah, I'm with you. Dak is a solid. Well, Dak's been on a lot, so I had to give him a respite. But yeah, that's a good one.
That's Coach, you
definitely
just saved the bud list. Good job.
We are adding Joe Burrow to the bud list.
Okay.
So the Cincinnati Bengals this week host the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks who are rested. The Seahawks who, after playing poorly in week 1, have been excellent. The Seahawks who overcame multiple starting offensive linemen, missing multiple games, and still found a way to win. The Seahawks who, I believe, outside of the pair of corners in Kansas City, have the best pair of corners in the entire NFL in 2 young players, so top 5 pick Weatherspoon and Reek Woolen. And those Seahawks are coming to Cincinnati against T. Higgins if he plays banged up, and then Jamar Chase, who they will be able to put an elite corner on and double team him. Off a game from Joe that I thought statistically, obviously, was unbelievable. But if you watched it, and I know you did, Brew, he still didn't look all the way right. He looked better, and the numbers looked like old Joe Burrow, but it was a lot of short passes and a lot of Jamar Chase doing work, except for the one bomb. And here's why this week is so critical. If they lose this week, I would ask you to look at what they have after the bye. San Francisco, Buffalo, a frisky Texans team, Brew, your beloved Ravens, a Steelers team that defensively gets after everyone, the Prince that was promised, and then at the end of the year, Steelers, Chiefs, and a Browns team that you simply cannot beat. If they fall to 2-4 with a loss on Sunday, and they're only 2.5-point dogs, I think that hole is too big to climb out of, even in the muddled AFC North. And I think this is a very losable game against a rested and all of a sudden healthy Seahawks team.
They need it. There's no doubt about it. But I'm optimistic. I think he's getting better.
Well, he certainly
he should get healthier as he's playing on that calf. So, yeah, I think they'll be able to pull it off.
I'm going to the NBA. I'm going to add my friend, because any friend of Shingoon is a friend of mine, Dylan Brooks. Nick, I've been doing the show for a while. You know the 3 things I dislike?
Yep.
Injustice, number 1. Number 2, mines. Number 3, half measures. Dylan Brooks got ejected for hitting a guy below the belt, and it's not the first time. Last time we saw him in the playoffs, he delivered this shot to LeBron. And after the game, he said, you know what? The media is making me a villain. The fans are making me a villain. Even though he's on the record of introducing himself as, hi, my name's Dylan the Villain. So then we fast forward to FIBA, where he played great. Except this game in Slovenia, he gets thrown out. It's like, it's okay. Gets thrown out. Luka also got thrown out. And he's waiting for his teammates wearing what? High fives? Let's go? Nope, boxing gloves. He's ready to go. After the tournament, where he was named Defensive Player of the Tournament, it's just a persona. People love it. I've grown to love it myself. Well, fantastic. Looks like we're embracing the villain persona. Not so, because then we get to preseason, He plays 5 minutes and hits Daniel Tice, boom, right below the belt with that boxing glove that he left in the locker room. And after this game, he says, I don't know. Every time it happens to me, I get picked on, but I guess it's part of my reputation. Yeah, dude, embrace the reputation. You led the league in text. Is it a bad thing? I don't think so, because you got 4 years, $86 million. Be the villain. If you don't want to be the villain, say, you know what? Chillin' Dylan's my new name. Chillin' Dylan Brooks. I'm going to lay back. No, be Dylan the villain. If you hit a guy below the belt, say, you know what? Deserved it. Get out of my way. I'm here to play hard basketball. That's why Dylan. But Dylan, I believe in you.
Wow, that was good. I think he's a little hesitant to be the full villain.
No, he's not.
Because after LeBron, he said, I broke Bears, and it came back to haunt.
Yeah, just be the villain. It's great.
Wilds.
Yes,
Your guy.
And this be the end of our Dylan Brooks coverage for the year.
No,
Please.
I'll be all
For the
over.
love of God.
Okay. You know what? Okay, then more Fat Bev.
No, neither one.
Okay.
Neither
Two of my
one.
favorite guys. Coming up next is Kyrie being disrespected for his ranking.
What is that disrespect?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Where's Nick's gut? Your gut.
Drew, I'm in
doing
great
steps,
shape.
dude. Yeah, these are real bodies.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.
LP Smart Side Expert Finish is the colorful home siding that gives you a longer lasting finish. Always with style. LP Smart Side Expert Finish for the beauty of finished.
All right, Bucky Brooks, Fox Sports, played in the league, scout in the league. Now he's with us. All right, I got a lot of stuff to dive in on.
Okay.
All right, so I fashion myself as I could be a regional scout.
Okay. Area scout. You want to get in the car and just drive all over?
No, I don't want to do it.
Oh.
I just fashion myself as capable of doing it.
Okay.
I can't be a scouting director. I'm busy.
Oh.
I got cocktails. I can't watch. I can't watch. Footage of Purdue. I got things to do. Okay, so here's my thing. So when I watched C.J. Stroud at Ohio State, I had a Herbert comp. I said nobody thought Herbert could move until the last game, and Oregon said, "All right, kid, move. We need to win." Nobody thought Stroud could move until Georgia, and you're like, I didn't know I could do it. So he was more athletic than I thought. Then I heard the Goff comp. And so my takeaway was I didn't see a lot of juice with him at Ohio State, but Goff's underrated. If you're Goff with mobility, you're a top 10 quarterback. So, I mean, what was did you predict this?
So I can't say I predicted it, but I was too close to the situation. So Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud, I was working events, Elite 11, the opening. They were on my team. Both of those guys were on my team. Bryce Young was like the ballyhoo prospect. C.J. Stroud was underrated. Throughout that week, C.J. Stroud was the MVP of Elite 11. It clicked for him when he was there, performing 707 best of the best. He's dealing quiet but confident, has a little edge to him when he's playing. And so when all of this conversation was going on about the S2 testing and this, I felt like people were missing out on what he was. He was the most natural thrower in the draft. When you watched him, he's the kind of quarterback that's played in the league for the last 25, 30 years. He can spin it. He can make all the throws, touch time, and anticipation. The knock on him, he's not athletic enough.
Well, that was my knock.
Right. So, but my thing had always been, well, wait a minute. For years we've been talking about you got to be able to throw from the pocket. Here's one of the best that we've seen throw from the pocket and do it over and over and over again. I couldn't understand it. And so my eyes were open, not after he got drafted, but I was there in Jacksonville when the Texans come. He's playing without 4 offensive linemen. He has Tank Dell, a rookie receiver. I don't even know if Nico Collins played that game, and he is lighting it up. I mean, he is making dime after dime after dime. And you're sitting here, we always talk about franchise quarterbacks being able to elevate those around them. None of us thought that the Houston Texans would be competitive. Nobody. We expected them to go get washed, whitewalled, up and down the field. And yet, he has this offense looking like a credible offense. He hasn't turned the ball, which is critical.
Doesn't make any sense.
Right. So
I love
now,
Andrew Luck. He was a turnover machine.
Right. So now you're looking at a quarterback who's doing more with less, who has a lot of confidence He's humble. He's bought in. The people around him, because you've heard his teammates talk about, oh, the best thing that ever happened was us getting the second pick because we got the right guy for us. The Texans look like they have a high-end quarterback, and look, it's just one of those things. In the draft, we talk about it. We go back.
Find great stays across the USA.
Vacation ideas? Ooh, a resort with great pool.
How about a rental with a bigger pool?
I like that idea.
Play ball in more places. Booking.com, booking.com.
Yeah.
Hey, time to get to work, y'all. Get this going.